Be me, Jake, 32 years old, working IT for a mid-sized firm in Denver. Married to Isabella for 2 years, together for 5 total. She's 29, works as a marketing coordinator for some boutique agency downtown. When we first met, I thought I hit the jackpot. She was funny, smart, gorgeous. I pursued hard, planned creative dates, surprised her with flowers, wrote her actual handwritten notes like some rom-com character. She ate it up. Fast forward to 6 months ago. We're sitting on our couch after dinner. Nothing fancy, just leftover pasta I'd reheated. Isabella sets down her wine glass and turns to me with this serious expression. "We need to talk about something," she says. I mute the TV. "Okay, what's up?" She takes a breath like she's about to defuse a bomb. "I've been processing some things lately, and I need you to respect a boundary I'm setting." Already I'm confused. Boundary about what? Did I forget to take out the trash again? "I need you to stop touching me," she says. Like, completely. No sex, no cuddling, no casual touches, nothing physical. I just stare at her. What? Why? Did I do something? "It's not about you," she says, which is what people say when it's definitely about you. It's about me reclaiming ownership of my body. I've been feeling pressured, and I need space to process that. Pressured by me? I'm genuinely lost. I haven't even initiated sex in like 2 weeks, because she kept saying she was tired. It's not that simple, Jake. It's just physical touch has been making me feel like I don't have autonomy. I need to work through that. I ask if I did something specific. She says no. I ask if she wants to see a couples therapist. She says she needs to figure this out on her own. First, I ask how long this is going to last. She says she doesn't know. What am I supposed to do with that? I tell her okay. I'll respect her boundary. She seems relieved, like she expected me to fight her on it. She kisses me on the forehead, which apparently doesn't violate her new rules, and goes to bed. I sit there for another hour, trying to figure out what the hell just happened. Here's the thing. When we first started dating, I was all in. I planned elaborate dates, remembered little details about her day, bought her favorite snacks without her asking. She loved it, told her friends I was the most thoughtful guy she'd ever dated. After we got engaged, I noticed she stopped reciprocating much, stopped planning dates, stopped initiating sex, stopped putting in the same effort. But I figured that's just how long-term relationships work. The honeymoon phase ends, you settle into routine, so I kept being the guy who carried the emotional weight, checked in on her mood, planned our social calendar, made sure we stayed connected. I thought I was being a good husband. Apparently, I was actually pressuring her. Over the next few weeks, I try to be supportive. I don't initiate anything physical. I sleep on my side of the bed, a good 8 inches of space between us. When she brushes against me accidentally in the kitchen, I step aside. When we're watching TV, I sit in the armchair instead of next to her on the couch. She doesn't seem to notice at first, or maybe she's just relieved. But I notice. I notice that she still expects everything else to be normal. She'll come home from work and vent about her terrible boss, her difficult clients, the passive-aggressive co-worker who microwaves fish in the office kitchen. She expects me to listen, validate, offer solutions. She expects me to remember her mum's birthday and buy the card on behalf of both of us. She expects me to plan our weekends, cook most of our meals, and handle the emotional labor of our relationship. The only thing she doesn't expect me to do is touch her. I keep trying to figure out what changed. Did I gain weight? I'm still going to the gym 3 times a week, same as always. Am I boring? I try to stay interesting. I read, I have hobbies. I'm not just sitting around playing video games all day. Is there someone else? Every time I try to bring it up, she shuts me down. You're making this about you when it's about me and my journey, she says, like she's on some spiritual quest, and I'm just a side character in her story. What I don't know, what I won't find out until later, is that she's been in a group chat with 4 of her college friends, Becca, Jess, Amanda, and Priya. They've been sending her articles and Instagram infographics. Stuff about bodily autonomy in relationships and women don't owe their partners sex, and weaponized incompetence. Isabella's been absorbing all of it, applying it to our marriage without ever once considering my perspective. But I'm getting ahead of myself. For now, I'm just trying to be the understanding husband, trying to figure out what I did wrong and how to fix it. I don't realize yet that trying is exactly the problem. It's about 2 weeks into the no touching rule when something shifts in me. I'm making dinner on a Wednesday. Chicken stir fry, nothing fancy. Isabella comes home and immediately starts unloading about her day. Her boss micromanaged her during a client presentation. Some intern asked a stupid question in the team meeting. Traffic was terrible. She's going on, barely pausing for breath. Normally, I'd stop what I'm doing, give her my full attention, ask follow-up questions, tell her she handled it well. Basically perform the role of supportive husband. Instead, I keep chopping vegetables. I say. That sounds frustrating. She pauses, like she's waiting for more. When I don't offer anything else, she continues, but there's an edge to her voice now. And then Rebecca, the senior account manager, she completely threw me under the bus in front of the client, said I didn't send her the brief when I literally have the email receipt showing I sent it 3 days ago. That sucks, I say. I plate my food. 1 portion. Just mine. Isabella's watching me now. Are you making dinner? Yeah, I just finished. Oh. She looks at the single plate in my hand. What about me? There's stuff in the fridge. You can make something. I take my plate and head to the living room. She stands in the kitchen, visibly confused. Over the next few weeks, I systematically stop doing all the husband things. It's not malicious. I'm not trying to punish her. I just realize, if we're not going to have a physical relationship, why am I putting in all this emotional and practical labor? So I stop. I do my laundry. She can do hers. I stop asking about her day beyond a polite, "How was work?" If she wants to vent, she can. But I'm not going to probe and validate and fix. I split every expense 50-50. Groceries, utilities, rent. I Venmo request her for her half down to the cent. I stop complimenting her. No more, "You look beautiful" when she gets dressed up. No more noticing when she does her hair differently. I'm polite, civil, friendly even, but I'm emotionally distant. One Saturday, I go to the gym, come home, shower, and grab my keys. "Where are you going?" Isabella asks. She's on the couch in sweatpants, scrolling her phone. "Out." "Out where?" "Meeting Chris for lunch." "Oh, can I come?" I pause. "It's just a guy's thing." She looks confused, maybe a little hurt. "Since when do you have guys' things with Chris?" "Since now, I guess." I leave. At lunch, Chris asks if everything's okay at home. I tell him it's fine. He doesn't push it, but I can tell he doesn't believe me. When I get home, Isabella's in the bedroom. I go to my desk and play video games for a few hours. She doesn't come out. The next week, she mentions she has a big presentation at work and she's stressed about it. Old me would have offered to help her rehearse, would have given feedback on her slides, would have reassured her she'd crush it. New me says, "You'll do great," and goes back to scrolling my phone. She stares at me for a second, then walks away. Here's the thing I'm realizing. I'd been carrying the entire emotional weight of our relationship for years, planning everything, remembering everything, managing her feelings along with mine. And I was exhausted. Now that I've stopped, I feel lighter. I'm sleeping better. I have time for hobbies I'd abandoned. I'm not constantly trying to decode her moods or figure out how to make her happy. But there's grief too. I miss my wife. I miss feeling wanted. I miss the intimacy. Not just sex, but the small touches. Her hand on my shoulder when she walked past. Her head on my chest while we watched TV. The casual closeness that made me feel like we were a team. I'm just done chasing someone who doesn't want to be caught. Isabella starts noticing she'll make comments. "You've been really distant lately. Are you mad at me? You seem checked out." I'm honest with her. "I'm not mad, I'm respecting your boundaries. You wanted space? You have it. But this isn't what I meant. Then what did you mean? She can't answer that, or won't. One night, she suggests we watch a movie together. Our thing used to be Wednesday night TV. We had 3 shows we'd watch together religiously. I'm good, I tell her. I'm going to game for a bit. She looks like I slapped her. But what does she expect? She set the terms. I'm just following them. A few days later, I notice she started trying. Little things. She wears the lingerie I used to love. This black lace set I bought her for our anniversary. She, accidentally, walks past me in it on her way to the bathroom. I glance up from my laptop. Nice, I say, then go back to my email. She stands there for a second, then disappears into the bathroom. I hear the door close a little harder than necessary. She suggests we cook together one night. I tell her I already ate. She asks if I want to go to our favorite restaurant, the Italian place where I proposed. I tell her I'm busy. I'm not trying to be cruel. I'm just done. Done performing, done auditioning for the role of husband in my own marriage. If she wants a roommate, she's got one. It's a Thursday night, about 3 months into the roommate arrangement. Isabella's in the shower. I'm in the kitchen making myself a protein shake when I notice her laptop open on the table. A notification pops up. Group chat. Girls support girls. The preview message reads, OMG, so Tyler and I tried this new thing last night, and I shouldn't look. I know I shouldn't. But something makes me click. The chat opens. It's Isabella and 4 of her college friends. Becca, Jess, Amanda, Priya. I scroll up. Months of messages. 3 months ago, right around when Isabella set her boundary. Becca shares article. Why women don't owe their partners. Sex what? And why that's empowering. Amanda. This is so important. I made David earn back intimacy after he took me for granted, and honestly, our relationship is so much better now. Isabella. I think I need to do something like this. I feel like Jake just expects me to always be available. Priya. Yes, babe, set those boundaries. Your body, your choice. Period. Jess. Just make sure you communicate what you need. Men aren't mind readers. LOL. Isabella. I'm going to talk to him tonight. So it was planned. Premeditated. She didn't process some things and come to this boundary organically. Her friends convinced her to do it. I keep scrolling. More articles, more Instagram infographics. Weaponized incompetence. Emotional labor. You don't owe anyone anything. Then, about 3 weeks ago, the tone shifts. Jess. I know I've been all about boundaries and reclaiming power and whatever, but honestly, Tyler is so good to me. He planned the surprise picnic yesterday with all my favorite foods and wine, and then we came home. And OMG Jess. Also not to be TMI, but the sex after, incredible. Like I'm talking best we've ever had. I think I'm gonna marry this man. Becca. Ugh, stop, I'm so jealous, Amanda. Get it, girl. Isabella, I'm happy for you, Priya. Meanwhile, I'm over here with Marcus, who thinks foreplay is 3 minutes of bad kissing. Jess. Honestly, I'm so lucky. Like Tyler is just so attentive, you know? He notices everything, remembers things, actually tries. Isabella. That sounds really nice. Becca. Wait, weren't you doing the boundary thing with Jake? Isabella. Yeah, I am. I did. It's complicated. Amanda. What's complicated about it? Isabella. I set the boundary and he's respecting it, but he's only respecting it. Like he stopped doing everything. He barely talks to me anymore. Priya. Wait, what do you mean everything? Isabella. Like he doesn't cook for me anymore, doesn't plan anything, doesn't ask about my day. He's basically treating me like a roommate. Jess. That's kind of fair though. You told him not to touch you, Isabella. Whose side are you on? Jess. I'm not picking sides. I'm just saying if you tell someone you need space, you can't be mad when they give you space. Isabella. But I didn't mean space from everything. Just physical stuff. I thought he'd still, try. Still pursue me. Amanda. Men are so confusing. Becca. Literally the worst. Jess. IDK. I think Jake's reaction makes sense, actually. Why would he keep pursuing someone who's rejecting him? Isabella. You're supposed to be supporting me. Jess. I am supporting you. I'm being honest with you. You can't have it both ways, babe. Isabella. I miss what you have with Tyler. I miss feeling wanted like that. Priya. Then tell Jake that. Isabella. I can't just take it back. I'll look stupid. Becca. You're not stupid. You were setting healthy boundaries. Isabella. I know, but now I feel like I messed everything up. I close the laptop. My hands are shaking. So that's what this was. A test. A power play she wanted to see if I'd chase her harder, prove my devotion, earn her back. And when I didn't, when I actually respected her boundary like a functional adult, she panicked. She's jealous. Jealous of Jess and her attentive boyfriend. Jealous of the intimacy, the effort, the wanting. All the things she rejected from me. The shower turns off. I hear Isabella moving around in the bathroom. I sit there, staring at the closed laptop, processing. I'm not even angry, I'm just tired. Tired of games. Tired of tests. Tired of being married to someone who sees our relationship as some kind of strategic negotiation instead of a partnership. Isabella comes out in her robe, hair wrapped in a towel. Hey, what are you doing? Just making a shake. You want one? No, I'm good. She pauses. Are you okay? You seem weird. I'm fine. She studies my face for a second, then shrugs and heads to the bedroom. I don't confront her. Not yet. But now I know exactly what I'm dealing with. The next week, Isabella ramps up her efforts. She suggests we go out to dinner. I tell her I have plans with Chris. She offers to cook together. Like we used to. I tell her I already meal prepped for the week, Friday night. She gets dressed up. I'm talking full hair and makeup. The black dress she knows I love, heels. She walks into the living room where Chris and I are watching the game with beers. She's clearly expecting a reaction, wants me to notice, to compliment her, to drop everything. I glance up. You look nice? Going somewhere? Her face falls. No. I just felt like dressing up. Cool. I turn back to the TV. Chris shifts uncomfortably on the couch. Isabella stands there for another few seconds, then walks back to the bedroom. After Chris leaves, she comes back out. She's changed into sweats. Her eyes are red. We need to talk, she says. Okay. What's going on with you? What do you mean? You've completely checked out. You don't talk to me. You don't spend time with me. You act like I don't even exist. I'm giving you the space you ask for. That's not what I meant, and you know it. I set down my phone. Look at her directly. Then what did you mean? Because you told me not to touch you. You said you needed space. I respected that. But you were supposed to still show me you care. Still try. Try to do what, exactly? Try to touch you so you can reject me again. Try to plan things so you can accuse me of not reading the room? That's not fair, Jake. What's not fair, I say, keeping my voice calm, is you wanting all the benefits of being married, my income, my emotional support, my time, my effort, while offering me nothing in return. You want me to chase you while you run away. I'm not doing that anymore. She's crying now. So what? You just don't love me anymore? I didn't say that, but I'm not going to beg someone to want me. You made it clear you don't want me physically. Fine. But you don't get to also have me emotionally. You're twisting everything. Am I? You know what I think happened? I think your friends convinced you that setting this boundary would make me chase you harder, make me appreciate you more, prove how much I love you, and when I didn't, when I actually respected what you asked for, you realized the game backfired. Her face goes pale. I wasn't playing a game. Then what were you doing? I was confused. I just wanted to feel wanted again. And I wanted to feel wanted too, I say. But you never considered that, did you? She doesn't answer, just cries harder. I saw your group chat, Isabella. She freezes. What? Your laptop was open, I saw everything. Jess talking about Tyler, you being jealous, your friends convincing you to test me, all of it. Her crying stops. Now she just looks panicked. You went through my messages? They were open, but that's not the point. The point is, you literally told your friends you expected me to keep pursuing you even after you rejected me. That's not... I didn't mean it like heart. How did you mean it then? Explain it to me. She can't. She just stands there, mouth opening and closing like a fish. You turned our marriage into a test, I continue, and you're mad that I didn't fail it. You're mad that I have self-respect. I made a mistake, she shouts. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. Sorry you did it, or sorry you got caught. She doesn't answer. That tells me everything. I stand up. I'm sleeping in the guest room tonight. You can have the bed. Jake, please, I need space, I say, throwing her words back at her to process things. Her face crumbles, but I walk past her without another word. 3 days later, Isabella corners me in the kitchen. We need to fix this. I'll do anything. Anything? Yes, therapy, whatever you want. Just please don't give up on us. I lean against the counter, studying her. You know what's funny? When you cut me off, I thought something was wrong with me, that I wasn't attractive enough, interesting enough, good enough. I spent weeks trying to figure out what I did wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. But then I realized you were never going to tell me what would make things right, because there was no right answer. The test was designed for me to fail. Keep pursuing, and I'm not respecting your boundaries. Stop pursuing, and I don't love you enough, I couldn't win. That's not true. It is true. And the sad part? I would have done anything for you. Anything. But you mistook that for weakness. You thought you could treat me however you wanted, and I'd just take it. She's crying again. I know I messed up. I know, but we can fix this. Can we? I ask. Because I don't think you actually understand what you did. You're not sorry you hurt me. You're sorry you lost control. That's not fair. Life's not fair, Isabella. You taught me that. She grabs my arm. Please, I love you. I gently remove her hand. I love you too. But I don't like who I become when I'm with you. And I think you're in love with the idea of me, the guy who planned everything and worshipped you, not the actual me. So what? We're just done? I look at her for a long moment. I don't know, but I do know I'm not going to be your backup plan while you figure yourself out. I'm not going to wait around hoping you'll finally decide I'm worth the effort. I grab my keys and head for the door. Where are you going? Her voice cracks. Out. Don't wait up. I close the door on her crying, and for the first time in months, I feel like I can breathe.